Welcome to Titus Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Today is February the 29th, 2024. We're going to be talking about AEW results. We do not have a lot of matches here, but they did add a match. It was supposed to be a meet thing, whatever's happening, some match that's called meet. But they changed that match to an 8-man scramble match. I don't remember everybody that's in it. But there's going to be 2 qualified matches on Rampage and on Collusion. So that's going to be interesting to see. I won't be watching those matches, but it's going to happen. Before we get to this, ladies and gentlemen, we lost another legend. I want to say rest in peace to Virgil. He passed away on February 28th. In the morning, and it is upsetting. I heard about him. I see some of his matches. He won the $1 Million Championship beating Ted DiBiase, and it's really sad to hear. He's a legend. He passed away like in his 61 years old. It's sad. Rest in peace to Virgil, and I hope his friends, his family, gets better with this loss. Ladies and gentlemen, we didn't get a lot of segments. We got one with Hangman Adam Page because it looked like he injured his leg last week in that trios match. It looks like he hurt his leg, and we are trying to get a health update. So Hangman came out with a crutch and limping as well. He said that he would not be able to compete at AEW Revolution for the AEW World Championship. And then Sort Strickland came out and he talked about what happened to Hangman, and he respects him. And then he says now all he has to do is beat Samoa Joe for the championship. And then Samoa Joe came out. They all said words. And then Sort Strickland has to say that he broke in Hangman Adam Page's house. And Hangman just cracked him in the head with a crutch. And he says, "You're not winning the world title when he's never going to win the title while he's there." So that triple threat match is still happening at AEW Revolution. The Young Bucks is trying to find Sting and beat the living hell of him with a bat. Well, white bats. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be interesting to see as well. That's going to happen at the end of the show. I kind of laugh at it because it was an okay brawl until they brought Ric Flair in. Ladies and gentlemen, first match we got is Blackpool Combat Club versus Eddie Kingston and FTR. It was a pretty decent match. It sounded, when the commentary was talking about it, it sounded like Bryan Danielson wasn't part of the Blackpool Combat Club. Blech. The Blackpool Combat Club. Why I think that is because they said Bryan Danielson is teaming up with the Blackpool Combat Club when he is part of it. It should say the Blackpool Combat Club versus Eddie Kingston and FTR. But they just said Bryan Danielson is teaming up with the Blackpool Combat Club. Why? I don't know why. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a pretty decent match. I enjoyed it, but the winner of that match was the Blackpool Combat Club by Bryan Danielson choking out Eddie Kingston. And Eddie Kingston was about to do his interview. He got interrupted by the Young Bucks. Tried to find Sting, and they just make fun of him, saying that you're a champion, you're not dressed as a champion, you're not this, you're not that. And then we got Orange Cassidy in an open challenge. They kind of told us who is in the open challenge, who just accepted it, because it was a graphic while the first match was happening. They showed us it was Nick Wayne. So it's not a open challenge when we already know who's in the match, who accepted the match. Open challenge is supposed to be a surprise, not that we know about. So it was an open challenge. It was Nick Wayne. Christian Cage and everybody else got involved, and then they got kicked out. Mama Wayne is yelling no, but she's still going to be leaving because of that. So, yeah. Orange Cassidy wins the match, but there was a lot of distractions with the Undisputed Kingdom, Daniel Garcia as well, and Trent and Rocky Romero came out to attack the Undisputed Kingdom. A lot of things happened, but the winner of that match was Orange Cassidy retains his title. And then he gets attacked by Roger Strong, and then Trent and Rocky push him out. Then we have Sky Blue versus Chris Statlander with Julia Hart, and Chris Statlander with Will Nightingale and Stokely Hathaway. I think Stokely did something, and then the referee was distracted, and then Chris Statlander got attacked by Julia Hart with the TBS Championship. Sky Blue wins the match. Then we have Chris Jericho versus Atlantis Jr. How this match even made, I didn't understand it when they first announced this match. But it will be Chris Jericho versus Atlantis Jr. because like 30 years ago, Chris Jericho versus Atlantis Jr.'s father 30 years ago at CMLL. That's why this is happening. He issued a challenge to CMLL Atlantis Jr. because of his father. It was an okay match. I didn't really care for it. It shouldn't have been a main event match because it should be all about the Revolution. Chris Jericho is not at Revolution. So yeah. Chris Jericho gets the win. And then there was a lot of hugging, a lot of respect. But there's a lot of hugging. Chris Jericho gets the win. Now we know Will Ospreay is All Elite. I thought we already knew that. I thought he already signed the contract. Why are we getting so crazy about it now? We all know he signed. And then Don Callis came out, tried to hype up the match between Takeshita and Will Ospreay, and they both are staring down each other. The Don Callis family. I think Will Ospreay is going to turn good this time. It looks like he is turning good. He was high-fiving the fans. He was making the fans happy. He wasn't making fun of the fans. He was hugging Tony Schiavone. So I think he's going to get out of the Don Callis family and he's going to turn face. That's what I think. He's going to get out of it at Revolution. And then we got the Young Bucks. They went into Barge and Sting's locker room. They didn't find Sting, but they saw a whole bunch of bats hanging up. So they went to the ring. And then they got attacked by Darby Allin. Sting was nowhere to be found. And then the Young Bucks attacked Darby Allin, destroyed him with bats and all that stuff. They did the finishers. They called out Ric Flair. He took a long time to walk down the aisle to get into the ring. And it looks like Ric Flair was about to hit Darby Allin with the bats. But no, he did the weakest eye poke, the weakest punch, the weakest chops. And there was the weakest low blow that Nicholas did to Ric Flair. And then they started beating up Ric Flair. And then Sting's music hit. The Young Bucks went up to the stage. And then Sting just comes down from the ceiling like he did in WCW. He comes down from the ceiling. And then they just beat up the Young Bucks with bats. So if you guys enjoyed this video, I know it's a short video. And ladies and gentlemen, the weirdest thing is that 2K just announced on their Twitter, there's a trailer for My Rise, the female. But that's not the weirdest thing. The weirdest thing is that Cody Rhodes' dog has a My Faction card. Why? He can't play as the dog, but he has a My Faction card. I understand he showed up in the WWE before, multiple times. But why does he have My Faction? Why does he have a card? I want to know who's going to be in the Pat McAfee DLC, because there's going to be multiple superstars. They said stars, co-host stars, not just Pat McAfee. And I believe there's going to be a manager. I have a feeling that it might be Michael Cole, because they're best friends. So yeah, that's what I think. And it's weird to have a dog as My Faction card. It's not making me excited to play My Faction if you put a dog in the game that I can't play as. So, yeah. If you guys enjoyed this video, hit the like button, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys Saturday morning for Friday Night SmackDown. And then I won't be watching Revolution because we're going to a live show, wrestling show, to see Mustafa Ali. He is going to bring the X Division Championship, I hope. Yeah, and then I will do the AEW Revolution results on Monday, because that's going to be watching it. I'm going to be watching it during the day, on Monday, and whenever that's over, I go do the video. That's all for today. Tell us out. Bye-bye.